Third grade friends, this is Mrs. Miller. Today we're going to read Chapter 9 about a person called John Muir. Follow along with me as I read, and remember to use the text to help you answer the questions in your Google Classroom or in your work packet when we're finished. This is a picture of Grand Yosemite Valley. It is in Yosemite National Park, a huge national park in California. It is easy to see why people fall in love with Yosemite and consider it to be America's most beautiful national park. Yosemite is also home to a rich ecosystem. Someday you might get the chance to visit Yosemite. If you are very lucky, you may see a mountain lion. This is America's big cat. It's not as big as an African lion, but it is still at the top of the Yosemite food chain. You are far more likely to see squirrels in Yosemite. There are oak trees and acorns in Yosemite, but there are also plenty of other seeds and grains to eat and bury. John Muir was not the first American to discover the beauty of Yosemite. However, he was one of the first to declare that it was a national treasure. More importantly, he worked to make sure Yosemite and other special lands were protected forever. John Muir was born in Scotland. In 1849, when he was 10 years old, his family moved to the United States. They lived on a farm in Wisconsin. John Muir loved reading as much as he loved nature. He grew up reading books by famous American naturalists. These books were all about plants, animals, and the forces of nature. Muir read books by two of America's most famous naturalists, Henry David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson. When he was about 30 years old, Muir walked over 1,000 miles from Indiana to Florida. He took what he called the wildest, leafiest way he could find, and he loved every minute of it. A few years later, he wandered out to California. In California, Muir hiked in the Sierra Nevada mountains. This incredible landscape inspired him to start the Sierra Club. Today, the Sierra Club is America's oldest and largest environmental organization. It has thousands of members. Muir became a well-known writer. He wrote books and articles about America's natural treasures. A few years after Muir started the Sierra Club, a man named Teddy Roosevelt was elected President of the United States. In the image on the next page, Roosevelt and Muir are posing for a picture in Yosemite. Teddy Roosevelt and John Muir had a lot in common. They both loved nature. They were both conservationists, which means they wanted to protect natural treasures. Teddy Roosevelt used the power of the presidency to protect over 200 million acres of American wilderness. American conservationists like Muir and Roosevelt have saved millions of acres from being paved over by cities and roads. They have also saved many important animals from extinction. The bald eagle is the national bird of the United States. The eagle is a symbol of strength and freedom. There was a time, not so long ago, when the bald eagle was endangered, meaning that scientists were afraid it might become extinct, just like the dinosaurs. Eagles became endangered for a number of reasons. People used to hunt eagles to make nice trophies for their living rooms. Pesticides and other chemical pollution harmed eagles as well. Lastly, eagles lost a lot of their habitat and nesting grounds due to farming and the growth of cities. About 100 years ago, there were only a few eagles left. Then, the U.S. Congress passed laws protecting bald eagles. It is illegal to hunt them. Farmers stopped using certain chemicals. Large areas of land, such as Yellowstone National Park and other parks, were reserved as habitats for eagles and other wildlife. All of this helped save the bald eagle population. Today, they are no longer in danger of becoming extinct, as long as people continue to be careful. The eagle's history teaches an important story about protecting ecosystems. People almost caused eagles to become extinct, but through hard work and dedication, people also managed to save eagles. Today, we have eagles because some people cared enough to convince other Americans that the eagles were worth saving. There are many incredible ecosystems to visit in the United States. They are all there thanks to the work of conservationists and groups like the Sierra Club. Are you willing to work to help protect America's natural ecological treasures?